The greatest barrier to wealth isn't your bank account, it's the internal blueprint of your mind. Wealth is a psychological game first. Welcome to Kingfinity Wealth. Today, we're decoding the deep psychology of the ultra-wealthy in this 10-minute definitive masterclass. Chapter 1. Scarcity versus abundance. How you see the world determines what you can take from it. It's the lens through which you view every opportunity. A scarcity mindset focuses on what's missing. It sees life as a zero-sum game where for you to win, someone else must lose. This fear paralyzes action. Wealthy minds believe in abundance. They see endless opportunities and focus on creating new value that grows the entire pie for everyone involved. Meet Arthur. While his peers competed for a limited number of entry-level jobs, Arthur focused on building a platform that created 10,000 new ones. He didn't take wealth, he engineered it. Chapter 2. The horizon of time. The wealthy don't think in months, they think in decades. Their patience is their greatest competitive advantage. While the average person chases instant dopamine, the ultra-wealthy master the art of delayed gratification. They sacrifice small comforts today for total freedom tomorrow. They practice time arbitrage, buying assets when others are desperate for cash and holding them until the world realizes their true value. They are the masters of the wait. Consider Elena. At 25, she lived in a studio and invested 60% of her income. 20 years later, her boring index funds generated more income than her CEO salary ever did. She traded her youth for forever. Chapter 3. Calculated risk. Real wealth isn't built by avoiding risk, but by mastering its management. Safety is often the riskiest position of all. The wealthy seek asymmetric bets, situations where the downside is strictly limited, but the upside is potentially infinite. They risk a little to gain a lot. They think in probabilities, not certainties. They know that even a 60% chance of success, repeated enough times, leads to a mathematical certainty of wealth. Victor didn't gamble. He spent 2 years researching a single market niche. When the crash hit, he was the only one with the cash and the courage to buy the bottom. He managed the risk long before the reward arrived. Chapter 4. The curiosity gap. The wealthiest people are the most aggressive learners. They realize that their income is capped by their knowledge. They treat their minds like an asset. Every book read and every skill mastered is a deposit into their future net worth. They never stop being students of the game. They understand that one piece of applied knowledge can yield a 10,000% return on investment. Information is the raw material of the 21st century. Chapter 5. Time versus money. To the wealthy, time is the only non-renewable currency. They don't trade time for money, they use money to buy time. They buy back their time by building systems and hiring talent. They leverage other people's time, money, and expertise to amplify their own results exponentially. They know exactly what their hour is worth. If a task costs less than their hourly rate to delegate, they outsource it without hesitation. They focus only on high-value work. Sarah never worked in her business, she worked on it. By automating her operations, she was able to run 3 companies simultaneously while spending her afternoons with her children. She multiplied her time. Chapter 6. Market psychology. The market is not a machine. It is a collection of human emotions. The wealthy learn to master their own biology. They remove emotion from the equation. When markets panic, they remain cold and calculated. They know that wealth is transferred from the impatient to the patient. They buy when there is blood in the streets and sell when the crowd is euphoric. They are the counter-cyclical masters of the economic tide. Chapter 7. The gift of failure. For the ultra-wealthy, failure isn't an ending. It's a high-priced tuition for a lesson they couldn't learn any other way. They iterate faster than the competition. Every setback is just a data point. They don't get discouraged, they get curious. They pivot until they win. They understand that success requires a sacrifice. They are willing to pay the price of admission, which is often years of struggle and misunderstanding by the crowd. Chapter 8. The power of proximity. Your network truly is your net worth. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. They surround themselves with people who challenge them and hold them to a higher standard. They seek environments where excellence is the baseline. not the exception. They ruthlessly audit their inner circle. If someone isn't adding value or pushing you toward your goals, they are inadvertently holding you back from your potential. Chapter 9. Habit Mastery. Wealth is built by what you do every single day, not once in a while. Consistency is the secret engine of the 1%. They prioritize deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. They protect their focus like it's their most valuable asset. They say no to the good opportunities so they can say yes to the great ones. The wealthy realize that every yes is a no to something else. Chapter 10. Overcoming the mind's barriers. Even the most successful face imposter syndrome and self-doubt. The difference is their response. The ultra-wealthy don't wait for the fear to disappear. They know that action is the only cure. They move despite the doubt, trusting the bridge will appear. They adopt the identity of a wealthy person long before the bank account reflects it. They don't act to get wealth. They act because they are wealthy. Chapter 11. Status versus wealth. The middle class buys status to look wealthy. The wealthy buy assets to actually be wealthy. Status is a cage. They practice stealth wealth. They don't need the external validation of luxury goods. Their confidence comes from their balance sheet, not their brand names. Don't fall into the trap of increasing your lifestyle every time your income grows. That is simply building a bigger, more expensive cage for yourself. Chapter 12. Character compounding. Compounding isn't just for your money, it is for your character, your reputation, and your integrity. Your reputation is a form of capital. The wealthy know that a decade of integrity can lead to a single phone call that changes their entire financial life. Small, seemingly insignificant habits repeated over decades create the massive gap between the 1% and the rest of the world. It is the power of the drip. Chapter 13. Macro thinking. To build an empire, you must understand the larger cycles of history and human behavior. You must see the forest. Markets breathe. The ultra-wealthy don't fight the tide. They learn to surf it. They position themselves to benefit from the inevitable shifts in the world economy. They think globally. They realize that opportunity doesn't stop at their borders. They are citizens of the world, following the capital wherever it grows best. Chapter 14. The philosophy of preservation. Building wealth is about offense. Keeping it is about defense. Don't lose the seeds. The primary rule of the ultra-wealthy: never lose the capital. Once the core is gone, the compounding machine dies. Protection is just as vital as production. They reinvest their profits relentlessly. They don't eat their seeds. They plant them again and again until the forest is vast and self-sustaining. Relentless compounding. Meet Julian. He never checks his portfolio during a crash. He knows his plan is solid. He understands that the market is a device for transferring money from the active to the patient. He stays still. Chapter 15. Generational impact. The final psychological shift is moving from me to us. Building a legacy that outlasts your own life. The greatest gift isn't the money itself, but the financial education to manage it. They teach their children how to be stewards of wealth, not consumers of it. Wealth allows for a massive positive impact. Philanthropy isn't just a tax break, it's the crowning achievement of a life well lived. They leave the world better. We have explored the mindset, the logic, and the long-term vision. The blueprint is now in your hands, but a blueprint is useless without a builder. Let's recap the core pillars of the ultra-wealthy mindset as you begin your own journey to Kingfinity. It all starts with the choice to lead. Audit your thoughts daily. Shift from scarcity to abundance. Stop looking at what you lack and start looking at what you can create. Your mind is the origin. Audit your time relentlessly. Stop trading it for pennies. Start using it to build systems that work while you sleep. Time is your only truly scarce asset. Audit your network. Surround yourself with those who play the game at a higher level. Excellence is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Choose your circle wisely. Adopt the identity today. Act with the discipline, the logic, and the long-term vision of the wealthy. The material results will eventually catch up to your internal state. Play the long game. The horizon is further than you think, but the rewards are greater than you can imagine. Consistency over intensity, every single time. Master leverage and risk. Use tools and logic to amplify your efforts. Protect your gains with the same energy you use to produce them. Be the steward of your fortune. A decade of discipline can buy you a lifetime of freedom. This is where the work truly pays off. This is the Kingfinity Standard. Your blueprint is ready. Your journey to Kingfinity Wealth starts now. Take the first step, stay consistent, and never look back. The empire is yours to build. We are here to guide you. Subscribe to Kingfinity Wealth and build your financial legacy with us. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.